G'day guys, Bryce Edwards here. So this week we're going to address one of the most common questions from newer traders, and that is, what does it take to pursue a full-time career in trading or to turn pro? Well, I'm a big fan of the work of Brett Steenbarger. So Brett's a psychologist and also a trading coach who does a lot of work with some of the top proprietary trading firms and hedge funds. And well, I guess I'm sort of butchering his good work here and trying to summarise it. But the biggest takeaways from his work for me personally are really threefold, or these three key points, or three pillars, I guess, that really are the foundation upon which you can build a pretty successful trading career. Right, so the first of which is finding your trading niche. Now, there's a million and one ways to pull money out of the markets, but the majority of them are just not going to be fit for your personality. And he goes on to discuss that it's far easier for you to adopt a trading style that is one, I guess, an extension of your personality, and number two, is really consistent with the talents that you exhibit in other areas of your life. Okay, so let's say, for example, you're a very analytical person, right? Maybe you're an engineer and, you tend to really analyze things before making decisions. You might find that a more mechanical trading style is best suited to your personality, right? Where you're, doing lots of back testing with daily charts, making all your decisions after you've done all your analysis when the market's closed. That might be one particular trading style suited to one particular person's personality. On the flip side, my trading's more toward the other end of the spectrum, right? I mean, I'm more of a risk taker. I tend to be quite impulsive and a bit more action orientated in other areas of my life, like sport, for example. And that's a personality trait which I've found for me is suited to intraday trading, where I'm making rapid decisions, oftentimes without having all the appropriate information at hand. So, there's no right and wrong way to trade, right? There's only what's right for you. And that's something that Brett really drives home. Before you embark on a trading career, you've got to make sure that, you're trading the right niche, or you're trading the right trading style. So he goes on to say that a formula for success is to find what you do well and then figure out how to do it in trading. Right? And besides, we tend to really enjoy doing things that we do well. Which brings me to the second point, and that is developing a passion for trading. Right, now this is obviously pretty cliche, but trading isn't easy. Every trader goes through drawdowns, extended periods where it becomes really tough to pull money out of the market. And so it's this passion for trading, or a real love for what you're doing, that gives you a resilience. Okay, so the passion is what's going to fuel your morale, and it's going to give you the motivation to bounce back when you're not making money. Now, admittedly, if it's fairly early in your trading career and maybe you haven't had much progression or much success just yet, let's be honest, there's probably not a lot to be passionate about. But in the beginning, it really is just a keen interest in the markets and trading, and then the passion comes a little later. It's something that's cultivated through, I guess, continued efforts to really build on your trading skills, right? And as you get better, you naturally become more optimistic about your own potential as a trader, and you develop, a passion not just for trading, but a passion for this whole challenge of self-mastery, of getting better. And so that self-mastery and not making money becomes the ultimate goal, and the money is just really how you keep score. Right, so this brings us to the final point, which is this mindset of self-mastery. Right, and this is a concept which was a huge game changer for me personally. It ties in with the idea that trading is an elite performance sport. This is a concept that I really came across it in a book called The Playbook by Mike Bellafiore. Now, Mike is the co-founder of a New York prop firm called S&B Capital. S&B actually work quite closely with Brett Steenbarger, which is why there's a bit of overlap on this topic of elite performance. But the playbook basically outlines a formula for traders to use a journal, right, and also go through a routine review process to really build your skills and I guess internalize your best trading setups through this process of repetition. And that's how you build intuition, or what traders call gut feel. It's like an instinct. So there's some really great resources if you're thinking about taking your trading to the next level and perhaps pursuing a career in trading. I'd highly recommend some of the books that I've mentioned. And that about wraps it up for this video. So good luck in the markets, and I'll see you next time.